So I'm really excited about this education session. Context is everything. Citasia is currently our club treasurer, but before she grew in her leadership prowess to become our club treasurer back in the day, Sai started as Tina's mentee, she still is, and she's one of my grand mentees. So I'm super proud of her today for stepping up and actually being our educational presenter. Now we're going to give the formal intro. Citasia is a teaching artist who embraces her skills as a therapeutic medium during a time in her life where she was feeling very stuck. She brought her art to life by creating her own business, Fearless by Sai. With boldness and fearlessness, she navigates through life. And today, she's going to help you and I find the motivation to express ourselves creatively. And without any further ado, let's welcome our educational speaker slash treasurer, show us the money, Citasia Byrne Presley.
Thank you, Anna, and good morning, everyone. Please give me a second as I try to get things together for this session with you guys. I'm very excited. Just can someone confirm with me in the chat if you're able to see me at the same time as seeing the PowerPoints?
We can see you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, good morning again, everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name is Citasia Byrne Presley, and I am a self-taught artist. I was able to bring my art to life when I started my own business, Fearless by Sai. But before we get there, I'm gonna take you guys back a little bit. Do you all remember COVID and how we were all in the house, stuck, bored out of our minds? Well, I needed an outlet and I found myself picking up a paintbrush. I used painting as a way to creatively express myself. And I also found painting as a very therapeutic way for me. And that's what I would like to talk to you guys about today, the benefits of art. And I would like to present to you the healing power of art, using creative expression as therapy. Please keep in mind that there will be an interactive portion of this educational session. So if you would like to participate, grab a piece of paper, your markers, colored pencils, and if you don't have any color, pens and pencils are fine as well. Let's get started. Well, there are different forms of art, and today we're going to be talking about mainly painting, sculpture art, movement, and music. Today, we'll explore how art can be used as a therapeutic medium to promote mental health and emotional well-being. If you're not familiar with art therapy is a therapeutic technique that uses creative expression through art to help individuals process emotions, reduce stress, and improve mental well-being. Now let's get started on the different forms of art. As mentioned earlier, there's painting, music, movement, and sculpture art. And if you're familiar with these forms of art, or if you used them before in the past, feel free to talk about it in the chat, or even talk about different forms of art that you have used as therapy. Let's get started on how painting can be used as a form of therapy. The idea of stroking a paintbrush is actually a tactical sensory experience. It will help promote concentration and the ability to focus. Painting will help you externalize any feelings that you may not be able to process, and it will help you to process that externally. So say, for instance, if you're feeling calm, you might gravitate towards the colors blue or green. And if you're feeling angry, you might gravitate towards colors like red and black. And I have an example of that as well. As you may know, I'm a teaching artist and I teach after-school art programs with students, and a lot of them come from underdeveloped communities. And I remember one of my students, a teenage boy, always a stone face, never really wanted to participate in class. But one day I was able to get him to participate in one of our painting activities. And what I saw that is that he gravitated towards colors like blue, gray, and black. And instead of actually making patterns or figures in what he was painting, a lot of his paintings were like blocky. And I think that definitely showed his emotions and how he also showed up in class. I also have a student who was very friendly and outgoing, bubbly girl. And every time she painted, she was always painting rainbows. And I think that definitely showed her emotions and how she expressed herself outwardly to us as well. Moving forward to another form of art therapy, you can use sculpture art. When you are practicing sculpting and clay molding, it is a great form of a stress release. So just kneading, shaping, and molding can be a grounding and common activity. Say, for instance, I have some Play-Doh right here. Play-Doh is very similar to like clay. So if you're in the office having a hard day, try using clay or Play-Doh the same way that you may use a stress ball. And this may help you with calming down, feeling more relaxed at work, and just a little bit more at ease. And moving on to another form of therapy, which I know that we all love, is music. Music is art, and creating and listening to music can be very therapeutic. For instance, there's people that like to create music. So like I have some drums right here. So just tapping the drums can be a powerful way for you to release your emotions. If you are feeling excited, that may be reflective in how you are tapping the drums. If you're feeling angry, this may be a form for you to release your anger or your frustration. And of course, we all love to just listen to music on a day-to-day basis, and lyric reflection can be a form of art therapy. Choosing to listen to a song that resonates with your feelings can help you express emotions that you may not be able to verbalize. So music therapy is a way to help you with expressing things that you are struggling with verbally saying. So that's why a lot of people get geared towards going towards playlists. If you're going through a sad breakup or feeling down, you might be listening to some Mary J. Blige. Or if you are going to the gym trying to get excited, you might listen to more upbeat music or up-tempo music. That is definitely a form of therapy for you. And also, another form of therapy, of course, is movement. So a form of movement can be dancing. Dancing is art. So when you're trying to move your body and feel free to a certain song that resonates with your current emotion, that can be a form of therapy. Other ways can be breathing, stretching, and exercising. This helps you with connecting with your body and increases relaxation. So if you're feeling a little intense, try some calming exercises, 5-second, 10-second breathing exercises that will help you become more in tune with your body and reconnect with yourself. Okay. Just gonna take a moment to look in the chat, see if you guys have talked about any other forms of therapy that you've used that is art. How do you creatively express yourself? I see people say music is very smoothing in African dance classes. Those are definitely ways that you can express yourself and heal yourself. I definitely would recommend taking dance classes if you find yourself loving music and movement. Those are two powerful tools that you can use to creatively express yourself. Okay. And moving forward, we're going to talk about the benefits of all of this. What is the benefit of using art as therapy? Well, first, there is emotional expression. Art provides a safe space for individuals to express emotions that they may be difficult for them to verbalize. So through painting or drawing or even using sculpture art, people can externalize complex emotions like grief, anger, and fear. Another benefit can be stress relief and relaxation. Art making has shown to reduce the effects of stress as it shifts the focus away from anxiety or worry and into the creative process. So, if you're looking for a way to relieve some stress and relax, studies have shown that even 20 minutes of a creative expression can significantly reduce cortisol levels, which is the stress hormones. So try just 20 minutes a day. Try to creatively express yourself, whether it's through that movement, music, painting, or even sculpting. I guarantee you'll see feel more relaxed throughout your day. In addition, there's other benefits like improving self-esteem and self-awareness. Art therapy encourages individuals to reconnect with themselves and explore their emotions, building self-awareness and understanding. And of course, there are more benefits of art therapy, like cognitive benefits. It encourages individuals to think outside the box and look at the world from different perspectives. It helps with healing from trauma. Many individuals who have experienced trauma find that art provides a way to process pain that talk therapy cannot always reach. And of course, it helps with building connections. So in group art therapy, participants often connect with one another through shared creative experiences, which can foster a sense of belonging and reduce isolation. So if you guys remember the paint and sip that we had a few months back with She Leads, She Speaks and Fearless by Sai, that was a form of group art therapy. It was a way for us to build a connection with one another, creatively express ourselves, and become more in tune with our membership and with our She Leads, She Speaks group. And of course, there is a science behind all of this. So no, I am not making none of this up. There is evidence behind this. There is a very significant science behind the art of therapy. It helps with your left brain and your right brain. The left brain, it triggers logic and structure. And with your right brain, it triggers creativity and emotion. Art also encourages neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections, which can help in healing from emotional and psychological wounds. In addition, the process of creating art triggers the release of endorphins, which is the feel-good chemicals. So with art therapy, it can help you with alleviating pain, anxiety, and even depression. So as we talked about art therapy, and we talked about what art is, what the benefits of art therapy is, the different forms of art therapy. Now is the time where we will get a little creative. And this is our interactive section of our session. And I would like to call it Expressing Your Emotion Through Art. So some materials that you may need is paper, markers, pens, papers, whatever you have. And here's what I would like you to do. Think about how you are currently feeling. What is your current emotion? And is there a color that helps you with feeling that emotion? Are you happy? Are you using yellows and oranges? Are you feeling a little gloomy today? It might go towards blue and green. What is your current emotion? We're going to take about 5 minutes, and I want you to use that color and creatively express yourself. Try to use patterns, abstract designs, and shades. And of course, once everyone is done, feel free to, we're going to have a little interactive portion where people will be able to feel free to share with each other their artwork and how the creative process has made them feel. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, so this is the interactive portion. Feel free to get started, and I will be talking throughout the meeting, but um, this is where you're supposed to be getting creative. As you guys are creating your artwork, just going through the chat, and I do see different forms of art that people have talked about, which is writing, poetry. Those is definitely forms of art. So I would suggest that as well. Try using writing to help you when you're feeling when you need a therapeutic mean, or even listening to poetry, writing your own poetry. That also could be a therapeutic mean. And I like that Buki said sleeping. Of course, we need our self-care. So sleeping can also be therapeutic for you, especially if you're running around a lot. And I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes to work on your art, and then we're gonna share some of it. Okay, we're gonna have about 1 more minute to finish up our artwork before we move on with our session. Okay, thank you, ladies, for that. It's time. I hope you guys are feeling more relaxed and free and was able to creatively express yourself. And now's the time that we get a little bit more interactive with one another. Is there anyone that would like to come off camera or show their art and talk to each other about how this process has made you feel?
I can go, Santasia.
Hey, Lizette.
Hi. I'm trying to see if I can you guys see that on camera? Do I need to get closer or further? I can't tell.
Maybe further, pull it further
Further?
back. Yep, and lift it up. Yes,
Can you see it?
yes.
Okay. And so it's called Heart Emotions. It was my little drawing, and it was based on your instructions of how are you feeling today? And so I'll put it back up. So you see the colors. So the red represents it's actually orange. It represents turbulence, the confusion, and sometimes the unsettling things that I'm feeling at the moment. And then the blue represents the calm that comes from the green, which is at the bottom, which is healing, and joy from the yellow. So it's kind of like all the other colors are kind of drowning out, will eventually drown out the red, which represents the turbulence.
Oh, I love that. I like that the colors represented a specific emotion. And thank you for sharing that with us. Is there anyone else that would like to share? Oh, I see Christina came off screen.
Well, I have to go next because me and Lisette drew almost the same picture. That's so funny. All right, so mine, I have to probably unblur my background. Hold on, give me a second. Mine is called Radiating Love. Um, and in the middle is a heart. And then some colors that just kind of I like. They bring me joy. So there's like a yellow, um, to maybe represent the radiance. Green is my favorite color. Purple also like. And it's just kind of like a heart. I can imagine like it's radiating love. And in the middle, I don't know if you could see the words, it's in you. Because a lot of times we seek things outside of ourselves that we already have inside of us. So it was just a reminder that, you don't have to seek outwardly for love. Love is in you.
Thank you. I really love that as well. And your colors, what was it, purple, yellow, and green? That reminded me of Mardi Gras. So it's like, and then when I seen like the rays, I don't know, kind of brought me to a little fun over here. We have time for another person. Is there anyone else that would like to share their artwork and the creative process? Or you feel free to talk about it in the chat as well.
Maybe I can share.
Hey, Winken, yeah, please.
So I draw this one. When I started the exercise, there are some images appearing in my mind. When one is a girl, so it's in the cold weather, but she can still like dance very happily. And because of she dances happily, she creates the pleasure for her life. Then she has the magic and then turn the cold weather into the beautiful flowers around her. Yeah, so like this. So every moment is celebrated. And for me, I feel like when I focus on this, like all the worries or all the other things don't matter anymore. So I just focus on this, and then lots of imaginations, they can come to me, they can influence me. And through the creativity, I can also create something new and to create some harmony with these imaginations in my mind. So thanks for having this exercise.
Great, and thank you for participating. I really love that you said that it helps you begin your mind off into another thing, because that's the point of it is, when you're feeling down or in your blues, this helps you with processing your emotions in another form. So thank you for sharing that. Is there anyone else that would like to share their artwork? Or even if there is different forms of art that you may use and would like to share with us, feel free to talk about it.
I can go. I have a coloring book on my iPad. Oop, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'll just stay here. But it's called Wintry Days, and I use a mixture. Sorry, I use a mixture of bright and dark colors. And it's just, for me, it's been helpful with relaxing throughout the workday, and of course during today's session. But I want to say the colors are mainly just based on my mood, which right now is kind of a little dark just because of stress throughout the week, but also some pops of color, which I think represents, hope for a better next week. So
Great. Thank you for sharing that, Shatira. I love that you have the coloring book. I found that adult coloring books are definitely extremely helpful. Just to keep you grounded, it's like a common activity and also kind of takes you back to like that childhood experience, but of course, like on an adult level. Okay. And one last call, if there's anyone would like to share their artwork, feel free to do so. Come off camera, we could talk about it. If not, that is okay. We're going to be moving on to uh, at the end of the session. So is there anyone else that would like to share their art at this moment? Okay, and that's perfectly fine. Well, I am open to any questions. So does anyone have any questions about art? What is art therapy? Or anything in regards to the educational session for today?
So, Sai, I have a question for you. There are some times where some of us feel that we are not as creative as others. And so, how would you encourage someone to move past that mental block if they feel like, I don't really think of myself as a creative person, so maybe art therapy is not for me?
I would say do it scared. Just do it. There's plenty of people have came to my paint and sip classes and are extremely nervous and scared. They've said they've never picked it up paint before, and they didn't even believe that they'll be able to follow the instructions. But once they got started, that's the first step, getting started. Once you get started and you are in that process and you are releasing those emotions, when you are interacting with other people, when you are able to express yourself, it naturally just releases that blockage. I would say I've had creative blockages myself as well, especially with painting. This was a form of therapy for myself, but then it turned into like a business where it wasn't fun for me anymore. And I did have like that block, but I had to take it back and remember that it was originally a form of therapy for myself. So once I literally picked up a paintbrush and started painting again, the blockage just naturally went away. So I encourage you all to, if you are feeling you can't get up and go to the gym today, move past that blockage. The first step is getting started. Just do it scared anyways. And thank you for that question, Anna. Anyone else have a question? Hey, Josephine.
I think that was an excellent question. And I recently shared, I'm in an organization called Montgomery Women. And I recently shared that I had that experience with you all and that I wanted to hang out with you lovely ladies, but the activity was to paint. And I said, I can't paint. So I did it scared. And sure enough, I had such a great experience that the social chair at Montgomery Women said, well, hey, we would love to bring that here. So I just wanted to share that I shared your business card. I sent her a few of our pictures of how lovely everybody did, and just spreading that, you don't have to be an artist per se or have any creativity. that, that's something that just that can come out of you once you're in a comfortable setting.
Exactly. And thank you for sharing, Josephine. I absolutely remember at the paint and sip, you were a little nervous at first, like, girl, I don't know what I'm doing, but you had a great painting at the end. And that's because you believed in yourself and you went along with it.
So I hope you get some calls.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions or would like to share their experience? Well, if that is all the questions that we have today, then I would like to say thank you all for joining me. And of course, my business is Fearless by Sai. So if you are ready to express yourself and heal while having some fun, come book a paint night party with me. You can follow me on Instagram at fearless.art__ or fearless.art23@gmail. And if you want to know how the paint experience went, ask one of your fellow members of She Speaks. We had an amazing time at a paint and sip a few months ago. And if you look at the painting here on the slideshow, you'll also see a paint party that I hosted a while back as well. It turned out to be amazing. So my advice for you as we're ending this session, turn your creative expression to a form of therapy for yourself. What makes you happy? What is going to help you heal those traumas, those wounds, and just help you keep excitement and move forward on a day-to-day basis? I encourage you all to use at least 20 minutes a day. Hey, if you only could fit in 5 minutes for breathing exercise, do it and do it scared and be fearless with it. Thank you.